Greetings, dear friends of the universe. In today's video, we are going to talk about the best techniques for a successful astral projection. Before we start, let's talk about what astral projection really is. Astral projection refers to an out-of-body experience during which the astral body leaves the physical body and travels to the astral plane. People often experience this state during illness or when involved in a near-death experience, but it is also possible to practice astral projection at your desire. To put it simply, astral projection is when your soul leaves your body and gets to travel around this dimension and into other dimensions. When you are traveling, your soul can go anywhere and meet anyone, including higher vibrational beings and lower ones. When your soul leaves your body, it is attached to a cord. This cord is your lifeline back into your body. When you die, it is this cord that becomes detached, that allows your soul to forever be free of your physical body. Many people in the spiritual and conscious communities know about astral projection. While there's a seemingly infinite wonderland to explore and learn from in the astral domain, this is far from the extent of the non-physical sphere of reality. There are dimensions higher and more subtle than the astral, fifth dimension, and the higher you go, the most abstract and mind-blowing things become. These are dimensions invisible to physical sight, and they are unquantifiable, so science cannot ever observe or compact them into a box. For me, astral projection comes naturally when I sleep, but for most people, it can be a hard thing to accomplish. Here are the best and most effective techniques for a successful out-of-body experience. Number 1. The rope technique. This is probably the most well-known technique. The rope projection technique is said to have been devised by Robert Bruce, one of the foremost figures in the world of astral projection. The idea was for a method of projection that would be effective for people who are without sight and therefore relies more on tactile experience than visual memories. The technique hinges around an imaginary rope that hangs above you from the ceiling. The first thing you need to do is to relax your body by using a relaxation technique of your choice. As you lie on your bed, you imagine a rope hanging down towards you. And what you do is visualize yourself, or rather, your astral self, taking hold of the rope and pulling yourself up the rope, one hand at a time, all the while concentrating on the sensations as you climb upwards. Be aware of the feeling of the rope against your hands and the motion of your body as you pull yourself up from your bed. You must also concentrate on the feelings of your arms, slowly but surely pulling yourself upwards. The rope technique is extraordinarily successful at inducing an out-of-body experience, even in people who have struggled for a long time to see any results. Quite quickly, a feeling of fairly intense vertigo is experienced, and projection is generally instantaneous, provided the student has kept themselves calm and relaxed throughout. Occasionally, there are some people that have difficulty with the rope technique for astral projection, as they just don't feel that their imaginary hands and arms are strong enough to hold them and pull them up the rope. This may sound strange to you, but it is a phenomenon more common than you would think. In this instance, instead of a rope, you can imagine a ladder hanging from the ceiling. This has the benefit of allowing the astral projector to use his feet as well as the hands. Number 2. The point shift method. This technique requires a little more concentration than usual, but it's extremely effective for astral projecting. The point shift method involves becoming intensely aware of your own body and then mapping out in your imagination where everything in your room is in relation to you and each other. It is for this reason that it requires quite a lot of concentration. Once this stage has been reached, you can feel yourself float just a few inches at first and then visualize all of your surroundings from that new perspective. The idea is to feel as if you have already projected out of your body and keeping your awareness of where you are and what you visualize from the viewpoint of your imaginary self. Finally, you slowly rise from your physical body. This takes what can only be described as a very relaxed form of willpower. Some force is necessary, but you must not allow your body to become tense. Although this method may be considered a little bit harder than the normal, once mastered, you will find it far easier to project under almost any circumstances, which is an amazing ability. Number 3. The rolling out technique. This technique is very easy, although it's not a complete system for astral projection in itself, but more of an aid for when projection has not quite been successful. I generally alternate this technique with others when projection is proving difficult, or use it when I'm at the final stage of leaving the body after using the rope technique. This is a method of inducing an out-of-body experience while in bed or in a reclining position. It is effective because the act of rolling in your bed is something that we each experience many times a night, and the familiarity of this action makes it easy to visualize for the purpose of helping to induce an out-of-body experience. Simply feel yourself rolling back and forth in your bed and allow your imagined viewpoint to reflect each new position. This technique for astral projection is quite often enough to trigger a successful out-of-body experience, even when you have found yourself struggling using other methods. I have to say that I found it really effective, even without the help of other methods. Number 4. The driving system. Another effective system that I believe was also discovered by the great Robert Bruce. This technique for astral projection is not one of the more traditional methods. You may have noticed while driving or playing a computer driving game that concentrating on the driving while the views from outside move quickly past, constantly changing, you can easily find yourself in a trance. We can often lose track of time or get to a destination without really remembering the journey. We can use our remembered experiences to help induce an out-of-body experience by recollecting the feeling of motion combined with the ever-changing and moving landscape. This should result in a deep trance state quite quickly, allowing the projector to now switch to another method, say the rolling out technique, to finalize the separation from the physical body. When I read about this method for the first time, I find out that I actually used it successfully without even knowing about it. I think it's a very effective method. You can just imagine yourself flying on an empty highway. The fast-moving landscape will do the trick. Number 5. The Monroe technique. Robert Monroe is a pioneer in the altered conscious research and has developed many methods and conclusions on astral projection. He is credited for the first use of the phrase for out-of-body experience. He came up with a 4-step process on getting yourself to astral project. The first part is the relaxation. He preferred to do it when tired and sleepy. When performing this astral projection technique in these states, you can achieve greater and faster success since the body is ready to be relaxed and the mind to slow down. When reaching the state, he recommended focusing on just one thing and block out everything else. The second step is the state of vibration. In this step, you need to mentally select a spot away from the middle of your forehead, also known as the pineal gland. Visualize your own third eye and focus on a tingling sensation. The next step is the control of vibrations. Extend that vibration towards that point, away from your head, and bring it back to the center of your forehead. Slowly send that vibration to the end of your feet and to the rest of the body. Once you feel your whole body tingling, you are ready for the fourth step: the separation process. Here, you can either imagine your body to be so light it floats up, thinking positive things having to do with floating out of your body. Following all the 4 steps, you will have an easy and successful out-of-body experience. Number 6. Induction via lucid dreaming. This technique is only accessible if you are able to be a lucid dream. If you're not, you can check our lucid dream mastering video. During a lucid dream, you are in your astral body, but in a lower plane, the dream one. You are aware of the surroundings and can easily come back to your body consciously without fully awakening. You need to be in that relaxed state to be able to either go through your astral projection technique or you can perform it while you are in your lucid dream. This will encourage your astral body to float up easily. Whichever way you try, you are more likely to succeed since you are already on the trance-like state needed to astral project. Imagine in your lucid dream that you are practicing your astral projection technique and actually float out of your body. Maintain clear concentration and attempt to wake your consciousness up while still under the trance-like state. Once you have awoken your mind while in your lucid dream, test to see if you are astral projecting by looking at street names, clocks, or calendars. Number 7. The self-visualization technique. This is the first method I learned to induce an out-of-body experience. Like the point shift method, it is among the more difficult for many people. However, once learned, it is a good technique that only becomes quicker with practice. At the heart of this technique for inducing an out-of-body experience is creating a detailed, lifelike, doubled version of yourself. I find it works well, either lying down or seated. But it works best in an environment you are very familiar with. Visualize yourself starting at the feet and working your way up, including any details you believe will help your body double to feel real to you. Sometimes, I imagine really intricate detail, from buttons to eyebrow hairs, and other times, I imagine in much broader strokes. With some effort, you can make your doubled version to stand up. At this point, you may start to feel a pressure in your head or in your chest. Don't panic, as this is the projection point kicking in. If all goes to plan, your awareness will now have shifted entirely to the projected body. Please be aware that going into the astral dimensions without any type of a call for protection is not recommended. Always visualize a golden light surrounding your physical body and enveloping your astral body, including your silver cord. Call upon a higher spiritual being for protection and guidance. Many people summon Archangel Michael, as he is the protector and warrior of the astral planes. Hopefully, this will give you a good starting point to astral projection. Please feel free to share your questions or personal experiences in the comment section below. Once again, thank you for watching. Please give us a like and join our spiritual kingdom by clicking the subscribe button. Have a great journeys in the astral world.